Hey, what's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I'm back with another one. Today, we are looking at the film of Kayvon, Britten out of Tarleton State. He stands at 5'7", 195 pounds. In 2024, he had 340 carries for 1,977 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns on 5.8 yards a carry. Kayvon Britten, one of the most productive running backs out of the FCS for the 2024 season. He has been one of the staple backs out of the FCS the last 2 seasons. He's not the biggest guy. He's not even the fastest guy, but he will make somebody miss in a phone booth, and that is one of the biggest things and best things I think about his game. He does lack in the receiving end of things. He's not the best receiver out of the backfield, but from a running back production standpoint, he produces at a very, very high level. So we're going to be looking at some of his top plays, talking about some of the strengths of Kayvon Britten's game. I want you guys to hit the like button. I want you guys to hit the subscribe button, please. And I also want you guys to leave me a comment down below. We will get straight into it. I mentioned it in the lead up. I don't think Kayvon Britten is the fastest running back. I don't think he's super explosive, but I think he's got great agility, short area quickness. I think his short shuttle and his 3-cone are probably going to be one of his best testing metrics during the pre-draft process. I'd love to see what his pro day numbers are, if they've had it already or what they're going to be, but very excited about Kayvon Britten's game. Here we go right here. He shows really good patience at the line of scrimmage, letting his blocks set up. Now, when he finds a seam and breaks a run, he's usually not going to outrun the guys. He's not going to outrun people like a Shunderick Powell or maybe even a Lan Larison, but he's making guys miss often. He's good at reading the holes. He's got good patience at the line of scrimmage, letting his block set up and then bursting out. On this big time run, he's going to run away from the defender and get into the end zone. He doesn't have a ton of huge explosive plays in his game. When you watch back Kayvon Britten's film, you don't see a bunch of 40, 50, 60-yard runs in his game, but you do see a ton of production, usually getting over 20 carries in a game. He's going to make things happen early and often in the game. You go right here, making things happen on this run, finding the seam in that inside zone run and bursting out, making a guy miss. And big time explosive run for Kayvon Britten. Here you go right here, being patient at the line of scrimmage, letting those blocks set up. Once again on a split zone, inside zone run, letting those blocks set up. It's not always clean on an inside zone, but once it happens, and he's gonna burst out and turn it into a big play. Once again, like on a run like this, you'd love to see him take it all the way to the house, outrun all those guys, got decent angles on him, but still a big explosive play. Big time explosive play for Kayvon Britten. Here you go, handing it off on the inside and turn it into another big play against East Kentucky. Big time explosive play right there. Big time explosive play. He doesn't got that home run speed that you love out of some of your running backs, but he's a super productive guy. Here, watch him set up this block. Watch this D lineman commit and declare on the inside. Kayvon Britten's going to read that, stick his foot into the ground and change direction, get outside and turn it into a big time run. Big time run for Kayvon Britten. Big time run. Down right around the 10-yard line. Here you go right here. Happens real fast, but watch him. He's going to get inside here, cut outside. Once again, another cut to the outside and turns it into another explosive run. Like I said, this isn't something that you see in his game a ton. You don't see a ton of explosive runs, a ton of 50, 60 plus yard runs in his game, but super explosive. Super explosive. This is another run that we already showed on here. We just got the end zone view on it. There you go, watch the patience right there. Burst out, making a guy miss, putting his foot into the ground once again, and getting down in enemy territory, opponent territory. I really love this part about his game. Now, I think in terms of make a guy miss ability, his agility, I think is A++ agility. He can make a guy miss in a phone booth. I think that is the biggest intrigue of his game. The best part about his game, I think, is his ability to make people miss. Right here, the defenders got him dead to rights in the hole. Kayvon Britten puts his foot in the ground, makes him miss, and finishes it in the end zone. Really big time run from Kayvon Britten. Watch how he set that up right there. Declare, get down in there like I'm going straight down. The defender gets down in there, make a miss, and finish the run in the end zone. Really big time run from Kayvon Britten. Once again, right here, watch the patience, but also watch him be able to make some guys miss and get down after a run about 20 yards. Really good run right there. I love the patience on this run. Good blocks from his offensive line, but he's being very patient back there, letting things set up and turns it into a big run. Really big time run from Kayvon Britten. Here you go right here. He's gonna make some guys miss. Sorry for the choppy film, but Really good run from Kayvon Britten right there to get down. This is against Baylor early on in the season. Looks like they're trying to run a pin and pull type run, or maybe an outside zone type run. Gets the ball into his hands, sees a window. I think he's got really, really good vision. He shows his vision over and over in his running game. And outside of his agility, I think his vision is some of the best out of these FCS running backs. I think he's got really, really good vision. I think he knows how to find the holes. Watch it right here. Watch it right here. Watch his vision. Sees it right there. Dip under that block. You know, once you dip under that block, there's a lane for me, and he turns it into an explosive run. Really big time. Really big time. Get the counter run right here. Little center. Got the center pulling around as well as the H-back pulling around. And he's reading it, turning it into a big play, making guys miss once again. Making guys miss in a phone booth. Excuse me. Big time run for Kayvon Britten. Big time run. The United Athletic Conference had some of the best running backs in FCS football in 2024, and Tari Lamson and Kayvon Britten really epitomized that group. Right here, big time run. I don't even know how he made this happen. This first juke, making a guy miss, but then, almost ended up in the end zone, but really big time run. Once again, like I said, making guys miss in a phone booth. Got 3 defenders around him, makes that first one miss, makes the other 2 miss, and a whole nother defender has to come and get him on the ground. Big time run for Kayvon Britten. He go right here. Watch him stick his foot in the ground, making a guy miss, making another guy miss into the end zone. I mean, this guy is very, very agile. He can make people miss, and you see it on his game over and over and over and over and over and over. He go right here, making a guy miss, make another guy miss, make a third guy miss. Now he gets a block help and down out of bounds. Really big time run for Kayvon Britten. You see this over and over, making people miss. It's the best part of his game. I'd really love to see what his short shuttle and his 3-cone are going to be. I think he's going to test really well in those. He go right here, bouncing the run outside, running somebody over, getting into the end zone, putting the ball over the pylon. I don't think they gave him the touchdown, but from my view, I don't have another angle. Looks like a touchdown right there, but big time run from Kayvon Britten nonetheless. He go right here, bouncing the run outside, and walking into the end zone untouched. Big time run. He go right here, bouncing it out, good stiff arm, and down after a gain of about 15 to 20. Good run for Kayvon Britten. He go right here, getting to the outside. He's not going to get touched on this run. Blocked up really well and getting into the end zone. Here you go. Bounce it out. And another decent run. None of these runs are too crazy, but making things happen. Like I said, he doesn't have a ton of big yardage, explosive plays in his game. But when he gets inside the 15, inside the 10, a lot of times he's going to finish those runs in the end zone. He gets the ball in the end zone. He gets the ball in the paint for sure. 18 touchdowns this year, rushing touchdowns this year, 1 receiving touchdown this year. Not a super big receiver out of the backfield, but good run right here. Good patience right here. Nothing's there inside. He wants to hammer it inside, wants to stay true. He makes that defender on the outside that kept him inside declare. Once that defender declares, gets blocked up, he's going to bounce it out, get into the end zone. Good job. Good job, Kayvon. Here you go. Slow mesh on the run right there. Making a guy miss. Got to know when the journey's over. Into the run right there. Here we go. Slow mesh right there. Breaking a tackle. And getting down in red zone territory. Good contact balance right there on the run right here. Really good contact balance. Got a guy on his back. Breaks a tackle. Takes a couple guys to get him down on the ground. Good run right there. He go right here. Getting to the outside. And beating those guys to the spot. Beating those guys to the pylon. Good run right there. Bouncing it out. Looks like a basic inside zone, mid zone run. Ends up busting it out. Getting to the end zone. Here you go. Good patience. Nothing on the inside. Trying to run. Little split zone run play. Split zone, inside zone run play. Defenders there. Ends up using the quarterback to help him get into the end zone. Great run. Great run by a great player. That is Kayvon Britten. He is entering his name into the 2025 NFL draft. He's looking to get his name called this year. I think he is a underrated back in this draft. I think he can do a lot of good things. I think he could be a third down back for some teams when you need some short yardage runs. You need somebody to make some people miss. I do think he needs to improve on his receiving game out of the backfield. He doesn't have the best hands. He's not the fastest guy, but he is explosive. He can make people miss, and he does finish runs, and he's had a ton of production. So from that standpoint, you look at his numbers, he deserves an opportunity. You guys let me know what you guys think about Kayvon Britten down below. Make sure you guys leave me a comment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys like this video. I will catch you guys next time. See you later.